What's up, YouTube? So in this video, I'm going to be going over my top 5 wide receivers from the 2024 NFL Draft. Starting with number 5, Ladd McConkey from Georgia. He's 6 foot, 186 pounds. Not just your average, white, small receiver. Actually has a little bit more game than that. Ran a 4.39 40. Definitely has the speed. Mostly lines up in the slot, but absolutely can play outside as well. Great route runner. Decent head and hand fake. Very smooth player overall. Just a really smooth athlete. He'll definitely get you some yak. Has some wiggle to him. Can definitely make you miss. Pretty good return man as well. Solid hands. Definitely has the top end speed you're looking for. He really ticks all the boxes. Like, he really does. Like, I see this guy as like most likely a first round talent. Might slide to the second just because I think this receiving class is pretty damn good. So people might want to wait on a receiver, but I think with his speed, hands, route running, it's going to be pretty hard to pass up on him. The only real negative about him is he does have some injury concerns from his career, so that is something that is a little bit concerning. But yeah. Anyway, moving on to number 4, Xavier Worthy from Texas. He's 5'11", 165 pounds, which is obviously an issue. He is very small. But he ran a 4.21 40. He is blazing fast. Despite him not being very big, he is a willing blocker. Not that good at it because he is small, but he is definitely a willing blocker. Explosive and obviously very fast. Can actually throw the ball a little bit too, so there is something you can kind of do there with trick plays. Definitely do some gadget stuffs, end arounds, and just get the ball in his hands. Very, very good punt returner. Good contact balance. Amazing yak guy. Some issues with drop passes. I want to see him clean that up. And he's not just speed either. He's actually got some decent route running too. Some good head fakes. I definitely see this guy as a first rounder. And despite him being 165 pounds, he is actually stronger than you would expect him to be. Very competitive guy. I like him a lot. I just really like this receiving core, honestly. Moving on to number 3. This might be a little bit shocking, but it really shouldn't be at this point. Xavier Leggett from South Carolina. He's 6'1", 221 pounds, and ran a 4.39 40, which is the same thing as 186-pound Ladd McConkey. And this guy's 6'1", 221. Obviously, that size with that speed, that's going to get you drafted alone. Solid blocker, actually, with some real aggression to him, and he's an aggressive player in general. Stops on a dime on curls, which is one thing I noticed, which is really deadly because he's such a good deep threat. So if it looks like he's going for a go route, you have to respect that because he is a really good deep threat. So his curls are an absolute weapon. Speed and size make him built for yak. He can absolutely run you over and get big boy yak. Crazy deep threat. High points the ball very well. Not really a crazy route runner, but honestly, who gives a shit? Strong as hell. Really good body control. Use this guy as a deep threat. Let him get some yak. Let him get some stuff over the middle. That's really all you need him to do. You don't need him running the whole damn route tree. Just let him be dominant at a few routes. Let him do screens. Let him do go and fade routes. Let him do slants and crossing routes over the middle. And that's it. That's all you really need him to do. You don't need him to do any crazy shit. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on to number 2. I think there is a bit of a drop-off between 1 and 2, and then after that, I think there's a bit of a drop-off. Malik Nabers. Fantastic player from LSU. 6 foot, 200 pounds. Deals with press coverage very well. Good in scramble drill. So, I mean, his quarterback is obviously a very mobile guy. And he's very good about coming back to the ball and kind of helping him out when he's running, which is a trait I really like. Good acceleration, very explosive, really good speed, really solid route running, can create a lot of space. He understands coverages and leverage. Very good yak guy. Also not afraid to lower his shoulder into somebody. He lines up all over the place, outside, in the slot, wherever. Very competitive and physical. Tracks the ball very well. Great hands. Kind of a jack of all trades. He kind of reminds me of a more athletic Chris Godwin. Where he doesn't necessarily scream, oh, this guy's a deep threat, or this guy's a big body target, or this is a yak guy. He kind of does everything really well. He's not super niche into any one particular wide receiver archetype. He's kind of a jack of all trades. I like him a lot. So, and I don't like doing player comparisons either. That's not really something I usually do, but still. Moving on to number 1, I think it's pretty obvious. Marvin Wilson Jr. I apologize. Marvin Harrison Jr. From Ohio State, 6'3", 209 pounds. They move him all over the damn place in Ohio State, and you should do the same in the NFL. Great hips and feet. Great head and hand fakes. Overall, really, really good route runner. Solid yak guy, can absolutely make you miss. Great versus press coverage. Really good route runner, especially for him being 6'3". Very explosive, great acceleration, good on 50-50 balls. He understands leveraging in coverages as well. Definitely has the speed you're looking for. Fumbles are a slight thing I want to see him clean up, but he is such an amazing talent. He really is. I actually think, though, that Marvin Harrison and Malik Nabers are a lot closer than people think. When my top 50 board comes out, they're like touching. Like, I'll even give a little bit of a spoiler. They are number 1 and 2 on my top 50 board. Like, real talk. Like, they're right there with each other. They are literally number 1 and 2. So that's, in my eyes, that's how close they are. Like, Malik Nabers is right there next to Marvin Harrison, especially because, like I said, Marvin Harrison does have the fumbles I'd like to see him kind of clean up. And I also see Marvin Harrison as a very well-balanced receiver as well. So, yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, appreciate that like button. If you have any questions or comments in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.